NRG this week. NRG stands for Network Referral Group. To learn more about NRG, go to their website, nrg.online. It's now time for another episode of NRG This Week.
Hey everybody, it's Leon Thomas here with Mike Weiner, and you're here for NRG This Week. Mike is the CEO and founder of Network Referral Group, absolutely the best networking organization in the world. How you doing, Mike?
I am doing super groovy, fantastic. How are you, Leon?
Super groovy, fantastic. Super groovy, fantastic. That means like you're doing really, really good.
Doing really, really good, which means, like Tony the Tiger used to say, I'm doing great.
And is there anything special going on to make you feel great?
You know, Leon, there's 3 weeks to Christmas. I am just blessed. We just picked up a new lifetime member, which the Leon Thomas Group, you guys are one of the lifetime members. Mark Lane, and he will be here next week. Leon, we've had 3 new members jump in this week, with several more coming in. We had 2 on Monday and 1 yesterday, and just a lot of momentum right now going into 2026. I'll be starting my 26th year. It's hard to believe, Leon. We've known each other a minute and a half. It's over 25 years, Leon. 2.5 decades. That's a long time, and you and I've developed a phenomenal friendship. Your company videoed the wedding, which was 46 days ago. My son Lance says I count. I am definitely a big number guy. They should call me a numerologist. That's what I think. I just came up with that. A numerologist, Mike Weiner. But it's been 46 days since Tanya and I tied the knot, and married life is doing me really well. Super happy about that. You know, we've had a couple of things go wrong. HVAC went up, TV went up, gutter got hit by a tree. But you know what? We're all human, Leon, and we just got to keep rocking and rolling and get through it. That's all there is to it, you know?
Stuff's gonna happen. Stuff's gonna happen. And before we jump into the show, I want to make sure a couple of things. One, how folks know how to get in touch with you. You can send Mike a text. His number is 443-756-9656. Again, the number 443-756-9656. And you could send him an email. Email address is mike@networkreferralgroup.com. And Mike, before we move on, what we want to do is play a little Casey Kasem action here.
Casey is back.
Casey is back. Here we go.
Casey's Coast to Coast.
All right, folks, this next song is dedicated to Mike and Tanya. These newlyweds have been married just a little over a month. And here's a fun little side note for you. Since Mike and Tanya tied the knot, their favorite NFL team, the Baltimore Ravens, haven't lost a single game. Mike always asks Tanya, "How could I not love you?" And they both say to each other, "I love you to the moon and back." This tune, written especially for Mike and Tanya by the Leon Thomas Group, checks in at number 3 on our countdown tonight. And it's simply titled, "To the Moon and Back." Mike and Tanya, we wish you many years of love and happiness. And now here's To the Moon and Back.
Mike and Tony Tanya got married in October of 2025. But long before their special day, their love was alive. Two hearts on the same magical track, telling each other, I love you to the moon.
There you have it, folks. Casey Kasem and
Peace.
the Mike Weiner and Tanya song, I Love You to the
Love it.
Moon and Back.
It's
Yeah.
so amazing, Leon, what you were able to do with AI and Casey Kasem, because I always respected and loved him, and just how you incorporated that in with Mike and Tanya. So thank you for that. It was
Yeah.
just a wedding gift from you guys, and I really appreciate that.
Thank you for having us a part of your wedding. We enjoyed it. And folks, if you want to see clips of that, you email me, text me, whatever. I might send you a little clip so you can see what's brewing there and the great things that have happened. All right, you heard reference to the Ravens there. That at the time that was recorded, the Ravens were undefeated in your marriage life. However,
They
that changed.
lost. They
That
dropped the
changed.
game, Leon.
That changed. Yeah, they did. So they're 5-1 since you've been married.
Yeah.
Not bad, not bad. And Raven Steelers this week. Tomorrow I will be talking to Bill Priatko. Bill Priatko is the oldest living Pittsburgh Steeler.
Wow.
Well, I think he's 94 or 95. I'll have a conversation with him. We talk 3 times a year. We talk right around the NFL draft. I'm sorry, 4 times. NFL draft, Super Bowl, and both Ravens Steeler weeks. So we'll have our conversation with Bill Priatko, the oldest living Pittsburgh Steeler. That'll be tomorrow. Always a fun
Very cool.
time. So, Mike, what's going on new at NRG?
Leon, so much. We've got a new lifetime member, Mark Lane. He will be here on NRG this week, next week. A lot of new members coming in. We're getting ready for the new year, but it's just been a phenomenal year, Lee. I believe this will be our biggest year on Zoom, and it's coming up on 6 years in March since COVID hit, and we pivoted and went to Zoom. So super excited about 2026 and wrapping out 2025, Leon.
Right on. That's great. Great to hear. And yes, you mentioned it before, 26 years. We've known each other a long time. Value our friendship for sure. So we've got
Amen.
Mark will be with us next week. All right.
Yes.
And then we'll talk more about the lifetime membership. Well, tell me this, Mike, what's at the end of this year, end of every year around this time from Thanksgiving through the new year, things sometimes slow down. What are your thoughts on how to increase sales during this time of year? What are you thinking?
You know what? I think the whole thing about slowing down is way overrated, Leon. We've got 3 weeks left in the year, and personally, I'm putting an urgency on it. I'm gonna really hunker down. There's 3 weeks really to crank. There's a lot of reasons for companies to do business with you. Maybe it's a tax write-off. Maybe it's that you don't want to go into the new year with some of the same prospects that you've had for a year or 2 years or 3 years. It's time to blow it up. It's time to either get them in as a client or close the deal. Sandler training. I learned that years ago, Leon. Either we're going to close the file or let's do business. And it's okay. Um, you really need to put an urgency on it, though, in my humble but accurate opinion, and make things happen. Have a great end of the year. You'll go into the holidays strong instead of kind of going in backwards and not with a lot of momentum and a lot of there's a Yiddish term, chutzpah, which is energy and pop. So you want to have chutzpah, you want to have energy, you want to have pop, and you want to go into the new year with a lot of growth and momentum.
One of the things that when I was in the hotel business working as a general manager, trainer, sales director, whatever I was doing in the hotel business, one of the things we found out was during this time of year where everyone calls it slowdown time, that was actually one of the best times that we can get in touch with people. They were more
True.
accessible via email. They were more responsive via email. They were easier to get in touch with on phones, and it was also easier to schedule time with them because they were just kind of lingering in the office, getting caught up themselves on things, right? Not out selling as much, whatever they did. And so we looked at it as a great opportunity to do some cold calls, to make some visits, but also to reestablish some relationships and talk to those folks that we talked to earlier in the year to say, hey, we're just following up to see how things are going. We were able to book quite a bit of business during that time period. And so that was something that I always held on to and took that to anything else that I've ever done is that, while, you know, this time of year, we can still get some things done. And also, Mike, think about this. A lot of companies are still going through budgeting now. A lot of individuals are going through budgeting and planning for next year. What better way to say, I've got something for you that's going to help you improve your sales, and you can drop it on in next year's budget. Sign up now. I can get you paid for next year, or however that would work out for everyone. So,
Leon, I remember many years ago when I was selling fax machines, and there's a very competitive industry, and my competitors were shopping online and hitting the malls and having some eggnog, and I was still closing deals Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve. So there's something to be said. It's not even the early bird gets the worm, but there's something to be said to keep your focus all the way up until Christmas Eve. You got Christmas and New Year's you can take off. So you're going to get that week generally anyway. And I say, while the others are sleeping on the job, you can go in there and make hay while the sun shines. So a couple other, I love what you said about the hotel. It's very, very true.
yeah. And something else is we talk about, making those relationships with new clients. Don't forget to show some love to your existing clients, right? To be able to make a call to them, how's
Absolutely.
it going? You look at looking kind of like this. If they've been a client of yours, you want to thank them for the business, but also see, is there more business that they're providing that they have available that you could have? That could be through a referral for someone else. That could mean they have one person in, excuse me, in their organization is doing business with you. Maybe there's two. Maybe there's a department that you could reach out to. There's so many things that you could do just by connecting with that existing client. But here's the big one. You connect with that existing client, they might tell you some things that they don't like about you. Now you have an opportunity to fix it, right?
Very
Um,
true.
so some great things that we can be doing out there to improve sales and maintain what we have. Mike, one of the things I used to experience a lot in hotels was this. The director of sales would come in, let's say twice a month, and say, I just booked XYZ company. They're going to give us 1,000 rooms this year. Great. 2 weeks later, I just booked ABC company. They're going to give us 1,000 rooms this year. So that's 2,000 rooms we just sold. In theory, our number of room sales should go up by 2,000 because we just got additional rooms, right? And you do that 3 or 4 times a year, 5,000, 8,000 additional rooms. But then we look at the end of the year and our number of rooms sold did not increase. We go, why? Well, it's because while we were so focused on getting that new client, we forgot to tell the old clients, the current client, I love you. So don't forget that, everybody. Show some
You
love to
know,
those current.
Leon, there's so many ways to thank your clients: text, email, a gift, cards, send out cards. There's so many ways you can let your customer know that you value them and you treasure them. And with me, when people come to my meeting, if they're new, I send them a thank you by text, usually within a couple of hours. And a lot of them are surprised by that. I think we've gotten away from thanking our current clients. I think prospects, even if they don't join right away, I'm still keeping it upbeat and keeping it positive, and I'm all about law of attraction and positivity. And we a member the other day was talking about the NRG family, and she goes, "Well, this family is not dysfunctional." So you could kind of read into that what she was really saying, but a lot of families are dysfunctional with NRG. That's what I'm proud of. We've got a family, and stuff will come up, and I'll address it and deal with it, and everybody's playing in the sandbox good again. But Leon, you and I both talking about you got to thank clients, you got to thank prospects, and it makes you feel good too when you thank someone. They're usually going to come back and give you some kind of thank you as well. So what you put out to the universe is going to come back. If you put crap out there, you're getting crap back. If you put good out there, and look, I talked about all the things that happen to our house. It happens. It's not that you're going to have it happen. It's going to happen. It's how you handle it. You got to be able to handle. And I'm 61 now, and I don't look 61 with the haircut. But you know what? It's all about us taking things and kind of being like a duck, letting it just go off our shoulder and moving on, Leon. I mean, we all have. You and I get aggravated when the Ravens lose, but it's not the end of the world. And by the way, I'm predicting them to win big time this weekend, 31-21. I know you didn't ask for it, but I'm on a roll here. Keaton Mitchell, breakout game, 2 touchdowns. So Keaton is one of those guys that he's not being played enough, in my opinion. When they put him in, the whole momentum changes. Derrick Henry's great, Lamar's great, but Keaton kind of gives you that speed, and he's got a burst of speed that's phenomenal. Leon, don't you agree with me on that, Keaton?
Wow. So wait a minute. I want to make sure that I'm understanding you here, Mike.
Yes, sir.
First of all, you said the Ravens are going to win 31-21.
You got it.
You said that who's going to have a breakout game? Who is this again?
Keaton Mitchell. I love this
Keaton
guy.
Mitchell.
Keaton Mitchell.
Keaton Mitchell is going to have a breakout game.
2 touchdowns.
So 2 touchdowns.
2 breakout game. That's what's called a breakout game.
That's a
2
breakout game.
touchdowns.
Okay, now who's going to be making the play calls to make sure that he gets the ball? Who's making those
Maybe
calls?
Leon Thomas. Maybe Leon Thomas. I
Because
don't know.
I don't know. Derrick Henry, he ran the ball what 7 times the first quarter the other night against
Just like
Cincinnati, and he ran the ball like 7 times the rest of the game. I don't know. Those of you that are sports fans, yeah, let's chime in on this one. Yeah, I don't know,
chime
Mike,
in.
but but we can say this. I do think the Ravens are going to win. I think they're going to win. I'm not going to give you a score because I don't know.
Oh, come on. Give us a
All
score.
right. I'll give you a score.
I'm writing this
Over
down right now.
overtime.
Overtime.
Ravens 27. Steelers 24.
It's a field goal.
A field goal. That's what I. That's
by
what
our
I
new
have.
kicker, Tyler Loop, who's been very good.
And the fans start yelling, "Lou, Lou."
By the way, Keaton Mitchell, one will be a run, the other will be a pass out of the backfield. Yeah, I've got it down.
A run and 1 pass.
A short
Wow.
pass. Yeah.
Man, we don't need to write this down because it's on video. All we do is roll the video. Roll
We
the
do.
video. Wow, that's pretty cool. All right.
Leon, what do you think about Justin Tucker? He's going to sign somewhere. I just hope it's not Pittsburgh, Cleveland, or Cincinnati.
I don't think he's going to sign anywhere.
He's been out to Green Bay and New Orleans, and I don't know where else.
The public relations of that is gonna prevent teams from bringing him in. He will not sign. That's my prediction. No, he may have just signed 30 seconds ago for all I know. I
I
say
think he should have
he's
signed.
not
I think he should have
signing.
signed.
Let's get producer Jay in here, Dr. Jay Rasinko. Let's get your take on Justin Tucker. Is he gonna sign?
No, because the city and the team will get such backlash, it won't even be funny.
Wow.
And he's old.
Cleveland would be the team for him to sign because they sign all the guys that are a little out there. I'll just say out there.
I'll give you my prediction and I'll disagree.
Feel like that, Leon, that are out there.
Out there.
Let me make my prediction, then I'll go back.
All right. What do you got?
Baltimore 24-7.
Wow.
you're
From
from
a
Pittsburgh.
Steelers fan. Ooh.
The Ravens
Wow.
will rush for 300 yards total.
Wow.
Wow.
Their defense is like Moses. He parts the Red Sea.
That was good. I've never heard of a defense like Moses.
Wow. We gotta do a video on that one.
Bye. Have fun.
Thanks.
Thanks.
So Mike, tell us some more. So I want to make sure that folks understand something, that prior to 6 years ago in COVID, NRG was a local organization to Maryland, DC, and Northern Virginia, right?
Yeah.
It used to be in your car going from here to there to here to there, doing these networking meetings in community. And when COVID came and changed everything. The thing that I want folks to understand is this, that when circumstances come up, you have to be flexible, willing to try something different, because you never know, it just might work. Give it a try. Tell us some of the thought process that went on during that time for you, Mike.
I'm going to share something, Leon, I haven't shared with everyone. You know this. When COVID hit, I got triple bypass open heart surgery. I was laying in a hospital bed. I went through 3 hospitals. Johns Hopkins was the one that really got me back to normal. And I got a phone call from Jennifer Garcia 72 hours before I went into surgery. And she called me. I'm like, hey, Jennifer, what's up? She goes, well, we're not going to be able to meet in our conference room anymore. And I said, because of COVID, right? She said, yes. And I said, what are we going to do? She goes, we're going to go to Zoom. I said, I don't like Zoom. She goes, do you want to go back to selling copiers? That's exactly what she said. And I
Wow.
said, no, let's go to Zoom, baby. And I made a decisive decision, Leon, to go to Zoom. And I never looked back. Some organizations waffled. They did Zoom, they did live, they did hybrid. The only place for a hybrid is a car. I decided to go to Zoom. That was it, and I never looked back. And it's better for the members don't have to drive anywhere. They don't have to go through fast food like I did for years. And I made a decisive decision in a second to go. Let's go to Zoom, and I'm proud of that. And the whole organization is different. And my son said I wouldn't have gone to it before COVID. I said, maybe you're right, but I'm glad that we did. So that's where we're at. And
That's great.
growing rapidly right now. If you have not been to an NRG meeting, definitely get a hold of me.
Yeah,
We'll put the contact information there. Leon's got my number memorized.
I got
This
it.
is the
I
how
got it.
much our friendship
Watch
is.
this. Watch this. The eyes are
Check this
closed.
out.
Here comes the phone number. But I'm going to go like this, and it'll show on the screen too. Watch. Look at that. 443 756 9656.
You
That's
got it
the way
right.
to get in touch with Mike. And Mike, we have the racquetball program, Racquetball Revival.
Yeah.
And one of the cool things with that is also, like you, our program had to make some changes during COVID. The facility we were using was a health club that had racquetball courts in it. And we were only able to work with 9 kids because of limited court time. During COVID, that location took their racquetball courts out, they repurposed them. So we had nowhere to go with the kids. a friend of mine knew of a Baltimore County, Maryland facility that had racquetball courts. And he said you could probably get access to the courts there. He wrote the letter. He's an attorney. He wrote the letter, had me sign it, and went with me to the meetings to secure the space that we currently use at the Northeast Regional Rec Center, a Baltimore County Parks and Rec Center. Had COVID not hit, we don't have 74 kids in our program. We would be limited to 9, right? Because of what the limitations were. So you have a COVID story, right? Of how it shifted, but there was benefit behind it, right? We had to shift as well. And so folks, if our 2 stories don't get you starting to think about what changes you could make, what ways of looking at things differently, call me, call Mike. We can help you. My number is 443 756 5700. 443-756-5700. Our producer, Dr. Jay Rasenko, has been showing that email address for me. Also, that's Leon at the leonthomasgroup.com. Now, Mike, I have another piece to show you here. Check this out.
Hey folks, coming to a Broadway-style theater near Parkville, Maryland. It's The Chronicles of Coach Leon, always losing at racquetball.
He's the coach on the court with the energy to thrive, but that winning point, it never arrives. Still he smiles, still he cheers, and is always sincere, but he loses every game 365 days a year. Still swinging and still smiling, but not winning at all. He shows up at the courts every day and has a ball. Coach Leon always gives his best, you see, but he hasn't won a game since 1993.
You gotta check out Racquetball Comes to Broadway in Parkville, Maryland. Maybe somehow Coach Leon will finally win a game.
There you have it.
So you know what, Leon? If I came out to play you, you would win a game.
I would win. Good. I want you to show up. Yes, you're the person I need to show up. Hey, check this out, Mike. Tonight, it's Wednesday, December 3rd. In Severna Park, Maryland, in about 3.5 hours, the players in the racquetball program, Racquetball Revival, will be in Severna Park at the Severna Park Racket and Fitness Club. The Ladies Professional Racquetball Tour. Their tournament starts at that location tomorrow. And the Ladies Professional Tour is conducting a clinic for our players.
That's awesome.
Our kids will be on the court learning from professional players. That's tonight, live at 7 o'clock. So we're really, really excited about that. Really excited. So, Mike, what else is going on before we sign off? What else we got?
You brought up some good ideas just a minute ago. I don't want to say challenge, but what I would recommend everyone do, get a notebook, forget the computer, please be old school. Take a notebook out, write down on your first page the Ben Franklin close, put a line down the middle, write down everything positive that happened to your business this year. On the right side, write down everything negative that happened. And it's going to talk to you. It's going to lead you to better decision making, better use of time. Leon, there's so many people that I talked to. 8 to 5 is revenue producing time. They're at the gym. They're doing this. They're getting their hair done. They're getting the manicure. It's 11 in the morning. They should be on a Zoom with Mike Weiner. Are you kidding me? You're going to get a pedicure or a manicure? Do that on Saturday. That's what Saturday and Sunday are for. Second sheet of paper. Write down everything that you'd like to see your company be by December 31st, 2026. You got to take the dream and then go be able to know what the dream is, come from the dream. I learned that from Law of Attraction. You don't go towards a dream, you come from it. Put your dream in writing. I implore you to do this. It's going to talk to you, and then you'll be able to know what you need to do to get there. And if you don't know what you need to do, call Leon, call Mike. We've got decades of experience, almost a century of experience. We're like as old as Fred Flintstone, Leon, but we've got so much. Or Scooby Doo. I won't do the Scooby. I won't do that.
Ruh-roh.
There you go. But you know what? You gotta take your business seriously. If you don't, you're not gonna have a business. Leon, what's the stat? 50% of businesses are out of business in 3 years. I just heard this from one of the top people on Shark Tank. Within the
Yeah.
next 5 years, another 50% are out of business. I've been around 26 years now, starting in January, and it's not been easy, but it's been fun and it's been rewarding. I've been able to meet amazing people like Leon, who I call great friends. And we may not talk, well, we do talk all the time now, but before NRG this week, there'd be times we didn't talk and we could just pick up on the flip of a dime. But you got to put your goals on paper, put them in writing. If you don't know what you're doing, get a hold of Leon or myself. We'll be glad to help you out.
Right. And one of the things I love doing, mentoring, helping, talking folks do things is this. I try to get them to understand this, Mike. I say, let me share with you the mistakes that I've made in your position when you were thinking about whatever. Let me tell you the mistakes that I made. So you want to guard against making those same mistakes. Why let someone go through it twice? Go through it, right? That's number one. And here's the other thing. I ask them to convince me of why what they want to do won't work. So I'm listening for them to tell me, go ahead, hit me with all the negatives on why what you want to do is not going to work. I, in turn, dodge the punch and go, here's why it will work. Let me explain to you why. Right? So I want them to bring me all the negatives. What do you got? Tell me why your idea won't work. Oh, I won't have the money. Okay, so you don't have the money. How about, can you get some people to work with you? Can you get some partners? Well, yeah, my mom would probably, or my friend. Okay, good. That's solved. What's next? Let's keep going. Right? We can figure this out. But you have to be open to doing that. And
Yeah.
so call us, folks. We just want to help. We're Mike. I was telling someone the other day. I'm almost at that age where I've been there, done that, and I want to see everybody make it. I'm at that age. But here's the other thing. Forever, for years, me, you, Dr. Z, so many other people, it's always been about others anyway. Hadn't been about
Absolutely.
others. Hadn't been about us. People say, what do
Oh,
you
yeah.
charge? There's who said anything about a fee? I want to help. Want to help. If you want to slide me a crab cake a little later, go ahead, slide it to me. I'll take your crab cake. But come on, folks, let's get this going. All right, Mike, we got to roll. It's 3:43, and I have to get in the car and get to Severna Park. Fighting the traffic on 97 it's going to be a lot of fun for me today.
I got a last thought based on what you said. I'll be 30 seconds. People come to me all the time. They go, I want to make more money. And I go, you really want to make more money? They go, absolutely. And I go, you need to go serve more people. When you focus on the money, it does not happen like that. When you focus on what Leon and I are talking about serving, then it happens. So if you're not where you need to be, serve more people. That's it.
Right on, right on. That's it, Mike. Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you,
you.
Leon.
Everyone, thanks
Thank
for
you, Jay.
watching NRG this week. Dr. Jay Rasenko, thank you for producing. Thank you for the joke, Dr. J. They part like the Red Sea, the Steelers defense. Right on. Everybody, we'll see you next week, and we'll have a Ravens Steelers recap. We'll run the video of Mike's score, Dr. J's score, and my score, and let's see what happens. Take care,
All right.
everybody.
Have a great week. Thank you.